HVAC people!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I am back to replace a compressor that was grounded. I think I came out here yesterday to troubleshoot it. Small magnolia tree. Is that a magnolia? I don't think so. No, those red bud. Anyway, so I'm back, and the breaker. This is the breaker right here. It's still tripped. AC breaker. So I may not record everything, but I am going to record most of the compressor change out. It's on the bigger one over there. I already made a video of me showing that it was grounded. But when I get it opened up, I may on this video show where it's grounded also. But that's the task. Before I get started, you know, a couple y'all left a comment say I should put a suction line dryer in there. I'm just gonna put acid away in there. I'll probably count on one hand the number of times I put a suction line dryer after a burnout. And I still haven't had any problems. So the correct way to do it is put a suction line dryer in here, but this is a warranty call. They're not gonna pay to put a suction line dryer in there, so they are paying for the acid away. And I probably could charge the homeowner if I wanted to, because the warranty company sure not gonna pay for me to come back and take that suction line dryer out. You know, a lot of times we leave them in there, but like I said, on burnouts, I only put suction line dryer on some of my commercial applications. I never do it for residential, but like I say, they're not gonna pay for me to come back out here and take that suction line dryer off if needed. So I'm just gonna put acid away in there, and they should be fine. But let me get started. All right, so I got my recovery tank hooked up. So I am going to start recovering the refrigerant. I got 235 PSI of refrigerant in there right now. That's that one. So keep in mind, I cannot pump this down because the compressor is grounded. The compressor is what performs the pump down work. So I have to use my recovery machine to, I'm getting the thunder out there. Got to use the recovery machine to get all of it out of there. So I just monitor my gauges. I got 195. I always try to get to 0. I want to kind of monitor how many pounds I get out of here. We got a factory charge of 11 pounds. That's a lot. 11 pounds. I just want to show you this compressor is grounded. I just get my meter and go to continuity right here. I'm gonna go to each leg. I should not get anything. Well, you probably can't hear that well, but you can hear the beat. Go to leg, we should get a beat, which I am. Getting 3, go to another one. From leg to leg, we should get a beat, but to ground, I should not. Should not get anything to ground. See, I'm getting a beat. So this compressor is no good. Alright. So now I get my little 1/2-inch bit and start taking these out. The 4 screws. And I really can't do anything until I recover all the refrigerant. So I'm recovering all the refrigerant. Like I said, I take those 4 screws out and I go ahead and get my torch set. And go ahead and prep and take these 2 loose. Alright. So I haven't been on the inside yet, but I don't see a filter dry out here. So I got about 4 PSI left. So I'm gonna go in the attic. So I'm bringing that filter dryer out here if it's in the attic. I haven't been up there yet, but I was just guessing, so I just cut me a piece and swage both ends. I'm gonna cut that filter dryer out, braze this little piece in, and put me a new filter dryer on the outside. Alright, so this is my unit right here. All right, well, I don't see a filter dryer in here either. Oh, here you go. Hey. Let's see it right here. Why I put a filter dryer way over here? Yeah, both of them right here. Alright, so this is the one that I'm after right here. So, like I said, I'm just gonna cut these 2 ends out and stick this on there, braze it up. That'll be that. Alright, so this is my filter dryer right here. Let's make sure. Alright, so I finished recovering everything. System got a factory charge of 11 pounds, but I only recovered 7 pounds. So I only recovered 7 pounds. And got a feeling this a leak right here. There's residue, refrigerant residue. I don't know what this almost look like. Some of you will put on the roof or something. So I may put some soap bubbles on that, or just hit it with my torches while I'm up here. All right, do one thing at a time though. Ain't gonna work. Whoa. Yeah, I don't like my filter dryers up here. Because if I'm changing a compressor or something like that, a condenser unit, I do not have to even bring my torches up here. That's why I don't like them up here. Some people say they'll rust out fast on the outside because of the rain. Some people say it helps protect the TXB a little better. That might be a little short. It's a lot of slack though. Alright, so we get that welded in right there. Or brazed in. I ain't bring my striker, but guess what? I seen the lighter when I came up here. Yes. Right on time. Yeah, I like a lot of heat. That's how it's supposed to sound. Yeah. That's how I like it. They're dirty. Alright, it look good to me. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this over here. I don't have no pressure in that right now, but let me take a look. May just be the dampness from the I don't know. think that's it right there on that little side right there. I don't know. When I leak check it with nitrogen, when I get that compressor in, I'll come back and check these. Also, when we put a micron gauge, that should tell us something. All right, so we're going Rosebud. We ain't playing no games with it today. I was just using a 0 tip for that filter dryer. We're going Rosebud today. Yeah. And 15. Gonna be in and out. If that's possible. Gotta beat the rain, folks. Alright, left that light. I need to get my striker. So this is a 1/2 inch right here. I like put an extension on here so I can get them in and out. Ran out of juice. Never go back to the truck empty-handed. Grab something now. You can put something back. Nice neighborhood. You can leave your truck wide open. Yeah, all right. Battery that I need a striker. Alright, so this is the acid way I'm gonna use. Just pour it right in the suction. Man, it feel good out here, but got a little dark cloud over me. So we can get this knocked out. Somebody left a comment say they think this another. Somebody already put a compressor up in here again, but I think this the factory compressor right here. Even with that filter dryer, the same exact as that other one. But this look like a factory well, especially this one. All right, so I just like to kind of put a little tension on it. So I'm gonna get it off the screw holes, lift it back a little bit. Do this one first, it should pop out. I meant to bring my safety glove, but this will do for now. That Rosebud don't play no game. I want to see how I want to do this right here. Might just pop out. Let me get my glove. Alright, got that one out the way. So I bought another harness. I wonder, did this come with one? Alright, so it did not come with a harness. Good thing I got one. Sometimes they come with a new harness. These features you just gotta play with sometime. They're easy to put in, sometimes they can be a pain. But these are for vibration, so gotta have them. I've seen with some people, they won't even put them in, they just lay them on top like that. It works though. Stick these in here like so. I'll probably lose these carrying it back over there. Let's see. Alright, so as far as this acid away, all I'm gonna do is pour it in the suction. That's it. That's it right there. Just pour all that in there. see if we can get this one put over in there. Oh, cloud on his way. Gotta put your left arm out when you're carrying the compressor. Keep your balance. So I'm gonna use the same screws that came out of there. Started. Oh shoot, I know why. Gotta get these metal things out of here. Little metal things on the other one stayed in. Just fell some raindrops. All right, we're gonna stay with the road, but running out of some. Running out of sun, man. I think I'm running out of oxygen. That ain't feel right. All right, so that look good. So I'm gonna prep for the filter dryer now. All right, it'd be nice if I can put this filter dryer in before it pour down raining. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Air conditioner. This is a one-story house, so this little 2-ton air conditioner right here is trying to cool the whole house down. That's why I haven't turned off yet. That sucker going and going. Yeah, I just want to get this in before it pour down, and I'll be happy. And do what it do. Come on. Should have put that somewhere easy way for me to braze this thing. Let's go. Love to get on this side back here. right, I think we got it. Hit it with a little nitro. Got a leak somewhere. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. I think we good. Trying to beat the rain here. Here's some. What's this right here? There we go. I want over 100 on here. Like I said, I ain't get but 7 pounds out of here. Alright, so I got about 120 psi of nitrogen in here. I'm gonna let that hold for a while and see what we got going on. I'm gonna clean up before it start raining. Put my torches up. Nitrogen should be good. As you can see, I did get a little downpour. Still raining a little bit, but it's been holding at 120. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a vacuum on it. And I also leak checked a couple joints on the inside. I did not get anything, so I'm assuming we don't have any more leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a vacuum, and I can be hooking my harness up, my new harness, while I was pulling the vacuum. All right. All right, so we're just putting the vacuum on it. Got a little ways to go, but it's been pouring down. But we got the umbrella to protect us. Feels good out here. So I'm glad it is raining, so we can get cooled off a little bit. But we're gonna try to get this down to 500 micron and make sure it don't go above 1,000, and we should be fine. Okay, so this is the new harness I got. See, this other one is pretty melted. So it ain't no good. Alright, so we got blue, so it's pretty much the same. Blue, black, and red. Red L3 R, L1C black, and S start is L2. So we can just hook this up wire for wire the same. Only thing different, this one red, this one yellow. So that ain't rocket science there. Hook it up like for like. Get that little tub. is right here. Go back to black. I think that was L1. Yellow, which was red. That was red. L2. Blue to Herm. What was red? Which is yellow. L3. Alright, so we know the blue was Herm. What is Herm? Herm is start, L2. Star capacitor, so it makes sense. This is a star winding. They're right up on the Herm. Need to mount this cap in here better than that, but whoever they paid to do that should do that. Alright. I actually need to check that capacitor anyway. May need to change it out. In commercial, whenever we have a grounded compressor, something like that, we usually change the contactor and the capacitor out every time. No real fans in the butt. But I think it's kind of different in the residential. I don't really see that a lot. Alright, so now I just got the fan to hook up. Let me get these out of here. got lucky then. Alright, so yellow was on the line side. Yellow fan was there. Black. It's on top, on the low side, black. And then it had a brown fan. Let's go ahead and check this cap right quick. MFC. Alright, we ain't like field piece. We ain't got no swivel head. So bear with me on the camera view. So from common, I don't know what they got going on here. 43.2 on the fan, 4.6. So this must be a 45 by 5. If it is, 45 by 5. So this capacitor is good. So remember, blue was the Herm start, and brown was the fan. Zip ties right there. Should be good. Alright, so my plan is I took 7 pounds. I recovered 7 pounds. And the nameplate says 11 pounds. So I am going to, I'm just going to weigh in 7 pounds and start it up. Put a nameplate at charge 11 pounds 7 ounces. So for right now, since I just took 7 out, I'm gonna put 7 in. So maybe when they install the unit, it was overcharged. I don't know. Got about 4 pounds in there now. So remember that breaker was tripped, so I'm gonna go and flip that breaker. And the unit should be off. Let's see right here, AC 20 and 22. Let's turn that back on. We got a beautiful 87 degrees out here today. got about 6 pounds in there now. Just gonna let it go. Alright, so we're at 7.5. 7.5. Almost at 8. There we go. Alright, so that's 8 pounds right there. So I'm gonna close it up. I meant to do 7, but this should be fine. So I'm gonna close this up. Remember when I turn the unit on, I gotta use my suction line to enter the refrigerant. Suction, man, we sucking in the refrigerant. If I fire it up and this line here is open, it's gonna want to try to push refrigerant back into the cylinder. Alright, so let me go ahead and fire it up. There we go. Sound good. We need to let that run for a while. Before we add any more, we need to let it run about 20 minutes really. So what we're doing here, we need to let it do its thing. Got TXV. So we want a subcooling, a 12-degree subcooling on here. Got a target of 12. Let that run for a while. Look like we're about 7 degrees right now on the subcooling. Discharge 96. I think we're about 88. 88 on there. We're gonna let this run. So we appear to still be a little low. I know it's probably warm in that house, even though they got this is one story, they got this unit running. I'm thinking it's at least 75 degree plus. So we're gonna be a little short on the refrigerant, but I'm gonna let it run for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna come back and check on it. 6.9, 7. We're gonna see if we can get that to about 12. All right, I know y'all be wanting me to use these. Everybody be calling for these little field piece probes. I done had these things over a year now. I probably use them a handful of times. Check out the thing, you can check the static pressure and everything, but I ain't got time for this right here. I like to rock and roll. I'm sure these things probably good. I may start using them every now and then. But I love my little yellow jacket. Hey, they get the job done. And all I gotta say about that. This right here just too much time consuming for me though. Trying to hook all up to the app. Sometimes the measure quick app work. Sometimes the field piece app work. I ain't got time for all that. These right here, the yellow jacket, they hook up to my little Blue man tube app in seconds. I know the little temperature probe thing, you know, will be good. I can tell what my supply air temperature is and my return real fast, all out here, but and I don't know if you notice, I work on a lot of I don't want to say new construction, but most of the houses I work on is built in like the early 2000s, and a lot of them houses, the duct work and all that pretty good on their unit. So on those units. So I pretty much can tell what's going on with the system, you know, just by looking at the pressure, superheat, subcooling. I can go get my supply air temperature. That in the mixture of what the homeowner telling me. Like if I'm changing the compressor out and it's cooling just fine before the compressor was grounded, there's really no need for me to be checking no static pressure and all that. So like I said, I can tell what this unit doing out here. All right, so I'm at about 10 pounds right now, and my subcooling is 4 degrees. About 4 degrees subcooling. Got 103 coming out of there. It's 11.3 ounces. Like they say, we factory charge. All right, so the unit is asking for 12 degree subcooling. I have 8.5. They give us plus or minus 3 degree subcooling. So 8 degree subcooling is good. Like I say, they are asking for 12 degree subcooling, and we're giving them 8.7. We've been running for about 33 minutes now. My pressures are 139 over 319, 16 degrees superheat. And like I say, 16 degrees superheat by 8.3 degrees subcooling. Those pressures are pretty good. So I'm gonna call this one good. Thanks for watching. I try to make this compressor, all this HVAC stuff as simple as possible. This ain't rocket science, anybody can do it. So if you're interested in getting into HVAC, it's a good trade. I always advise, hey, get you a skill, and HVAC is a good one. Get you a skill, it's gonna pay the bills. All right, y'all, thanks for watching.